Hello everyone, I am the sleep paralysis guy, and before we begin, I would like to announce that I have written a book about my personal life and how the stress caused me to have one of the scariest sleep paralysis experiences that I've ever had. So if you're interested in reading that, it's on Amazon right now and would mean a lot if you checked it out. Anyways, I looked up old comments, posts, and submissions from Reddit or Facebook users who've had creepy experiences with sleep paralysis. Not being able to move while feeling like you're about to die can be very terrifying. So sit back, relax, as we dive into the darkness together, because you are not alone. This post comes from Reddit user Leech Hunter. I've had sleep paralysis a handful of times in my life, mostly in high school, and nothing to the extent of visuals besides one time when I felt the presence of a shadow. This experience from last month takes the cake on how terrifying sleep paralysis can actually be. I went to bed around 5 a.m. My girlfriend had woken me up to say goodbye when she left for work around 8 a.m. Then the episode began around 9:30 a.m. What I'm about to say is a pure hallucination. I'm laying in bed, eyes open, and my mouth was wide open. I assume I was snoring, and my girlfriend was at the foot of my bed. She was saying my name. Please stop, you're actually scaring me. Seriously, I'm about to call the cops. Please stop, that I'm actually scared. Please stop, that I'm actually scared. Please stop, I'm actually scared. And then she began to cry. I laid there with my mouth sinisterly jaw opened, staring at my girlfriend while she thinks I'm dead or pretending to be dead. I felt dead in the moment. I was trying so desperately hard to wake up and tell her that I was okay, but I couldn't even shut my mouth. It was an absolute dreadful experience, and that was a reminder of how out of hand dreams can get. It all just felt so real, especially considering I was awake yet asleep looking in my room. I really wish I understood how things like this happen. My body is awake, my mind is asleep. What a terrible dream. Woke up shortly after and texted my girl out of fear. This post comes from Reddit user Doctors Tony Strange. I'm not sure if this is a true sleep paralysis or not, but when I was 8 years old, roughly 18 years ago, I was lying in my bunk bed, and for some reason, I had my hands in front of my face, like I was shielding my eyes. But I spotted something behind them at the end of my bed. I slowly lowered my hands to reveal this absolutely horrifying clown staring back at me. I should point out that I actually don't have a fear in clowns. Even then they didn't scare me. But he had a grayish skin, an unnaturally wide smile, and a huge, staring, almost cartoonish eyes. I tried to scream, but I couldn't make a sound. All I remember after that was waking up properly and the clown was gone. This experience scared the life out of me, but I'm not sure if it counts as actual sleep paralysis, as I could slightly move my hands. Has anyone else experienced something like this? A Reddit user WanderXLuster follows this question with, I had a weird sleep paralysis where I could move. It first started when I was just laying in my bed contemplating life. Out of nowhere, sleep paralysis hits, and I can't move or speak anymore. A lady with black smoke around her gets in my face like she was checking if I was the right person. She then takes me to her room, I believe. It looks like a house I used to live in. She puts me in a bed and I try to snap out of it because I wasn't in the mood to put up with it. My blanket was covering the whole view, so I couldn't really see. The more I try to move, the more I'm pushing the blanket out of the way and start seeing the room better. My last try to snap out of the sleep paralysis causes me to fall out of bed. I see an old mirror of mine in the corner of the room. Weird because it was burnt and thrown away a while ago. I try to get up, but my whole body feels like I just got out of a surgery, so I just lay there and hope nothing happens. This next post comes from Reddit user Banshee of Reddit. I first encountered sleep paralysis when I was in my early 20s. I had started work as a nurse, and I was working shifts that had sent my sleep pattern into chaos, and I was overtired. I remember waking up at 3 a.m. and not being able to move, but I could hear noises outside my room, almost like my whispering and then chanting. After a while it went quiet, but I distinctly heard heavy footsteps coming from the stairwell, which then stopped at my locked door. I then heard my door unlock, open and close quietly. I couldn't see anything, but the perception it was something unworldly and not an intruder. Whoever or whatever it was then walked over to my bed and leaned over to me and started to touch my hair. I then realized it was sleep paralysis, and as soon as I realized this, I could fully move again and was able to relax enough to go back to sleep. This occurrence happened again about a year later, but it was at my mom's house. The same scenario, but I could actually hear the footsteps start on the stairs before they approached my room, and something sat on my bed. Once I realized it was sleep paralysis, I could move again and everything returned to normal. I haven't experienced anything like this for years. If you have any sleep paralysis stories and would like to share them, message me at sleepparalysisguy@gmail.com. Always remember that you are not alone.